Hey, Mgtow. It's Mgtow Righteousness coming back at you with another video. This video goes out to all my noblemen, my righteous men, my God-fearing men, my patriots, my hard-working man, my average man, the labor man, the man that without you society cannot function properly. There's a uprising in women. Women want to play the role of men. They've been trying to do this for the last few years. With their uprising and their, you know, their ways of manipulation, right? So you got to protect yourself, and the best way to protect yourself physically is to protect yourself through spiritually, you know. And one of the biggest things to train yourself and to not really necessarily going towards women or not necessarily, being manipulated by your own morals is undervalue them in a way. I'm not saying, don't, don't take them for granted, but in a sense, if she is not going to help you in any type of way or form, whether that be, anything, then there's no need for you to invest your time and effort and energy and thought process into anything she's saying. Okay? That's women in general. The feminist movement, the feminist movement is going down. The Me Too movement is going down. And you know why? Because men are getting more aware. We're more aware and perceptible of to their bullshit. I've read a couple of stories that have been floating around online. There's this woman, right? This female um Instagram booty model that became a teacher, right? And she became a teacher, and she was taking, videos of her teaching the class, which really wasn't her. The video wasn't really of her teaching the class. The video was just her and her fucking ass. Because I've seen tutorials on YouTube when professors would have the camera on the view of the board, not their body figure. So to me, when I seen that, that was just her trying to get attention. But the bitch got fired. Moral of the story, she got fired. Okay, because she's looking good. She's sexual promiscuous. Like, I'm not saying she's sexual promiscuous, but her outfits that she was wearing to a professional setting was very promiscuous and enticing to men. And her excuse was she's curvy. She can't help it. Oh, that is very true. But there's ways and there's things you could dress up in that don't exploit, those body parts. It's plain and simple. If I'm your boss and I think you're good looking enough and you're a professional outfit to go out to the bar, then maybe you should change. Okay? That's not an appropriate tire, but whatever. So, anyways, she's fired. She got fired. She got the fuck up out of there. They got her out of there. And there's a bunch of people, women, trying to help and I guess you could say come to this girl's aid or whatever. But I don't respect her because you don't really want to, in my eyes, you don't really want to, she never really wanted to teach. She just wanted attention and keep her dream of, finding some type of NFL type of guy. That's what I think that this was all about, really. You know, she let her body entice her own spirit, her own soul. You get what I'm saying, man? She got the booty injections. She destroyed her own soul, enticed her own soul with vanity. Okay? And look what that got her. She got fucking fired. Okay? She got fired. And her excuse was, oh, I can't help it. I'm curvy. I'm thick. Listen, I'm in school now. Yes, there's some professors that are thick as hell, good looking as hell. Yes, but they know that they're curvy and they cover themselves up. They don't do it all the time. No one's telling them that you got to be dressing like a nun, but they understand there's a time when to look good and there's a time when, okay, I need to cover up. Because if a man comes to holler at you in a professional setting, and you don't want him, then all of a sudden it becomes sexual harassment. Well, it should have been sexual harassment when you were dressing like that and enticing a man, in my opinion, if we want equal rights. And when you're dressing like that, enticing men, I gotta think twice before I talk to you. Then you shouldn't be in the work area. You should not be in the work office setting. And I understand. And if you are gonna be in the work office setting looking like that, God knows you gotta be fucking somebody, blowing somebody. But this isn't about that. This is about how to protect your morality, protect your spirituality, and see through women's conniving deceptions and this Me Too feminism movement. I can't even pronounce that, so terrible it is. The feminism movement is dying down. Women are starting to see that the uprising of femininity, which is not even true femininity, is causing women not able to get professional jobs, lower medium class income jobs. You have professors that are now, well, there's one professor that got fired. You have some people on Wall Street that I was reading an article about, that men on Wall Street are no longer hiring women, employing women, and honestly, in my opinion, it's a great thing. That's a considered a victory. Keep the power and power positions amongst men. You don't give a woman power who's never been in that position of power. Perfect fucking example of that. And as much as childish and kiddish as it seemed, the Star Wars movie, episode 7, episode 8, and now episode 9. Granted, this lady worked with Steven Spielberg and worked on Jurassic Park, and Steven Spielberg hates Star Wars. So of course, whoever in Disney decided to fucking hire her was definitely not smart at all. Her loyal ties were obviously to Steven Spielberg, okay, because he hates Jurassic Park, and she deliberately fucked up Star Wars, in my opinion. And on top of that, she's a woman. What woman is really gonna help out the nature of Star Wars? None. You know why? Because she's doing a justice for all women everywhere. All women don't like their boyfriends who don't pay them attention. But you see, these are types of things that they'll do and twist what you like, so you can, on another level, pretty much give them more attention. Basically the story. They'll influence and fuck up some things that you like, so you could throw you off your path or whatever it is, so you can give them attention in any form that may be. In defense of this, you have to see that they're trying to fuck something up, whatever it would be, whatever the case may be. And you have to either take a stand and nip it in the bud, like, bitch, don't do this again, or you have to come up with some extra strategy, and as in more than one way to skin a cat, and an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth phase. Bitch, want to take my money? All right, that's no problem. I'll take all her shoes, or I'll fuck up all her shoes. And then, in a sense like that, I mean, you kind of have to. We have to start as men. Have to protecting ourselves is a sense of way of fighting back. Hitting them where it hurts. You want to talk trash about men? Okay, that's fine. Guess what? Men aren't hiring women now. Men don't see the point in hiring women now, because the jobs that women could do, men could do with no lip, with half the cost, with half the headache. Really, more the cost, half the headache. I don't gotta worry about you getting pregnant. I ain't gotta worry about none of that. Women have a huge deception of evil over them. Okay. As you can see in the photo, I really wanted to title women Mgtow and feminism where the woman's head was, and on top I wanted to put evil influence, the snake and the government, and the apple where that monster was, because that's all women are. That's all that controls them. Women love men that have money. That's crazy. You have to use your resources against them. You like money? That's fine. I like money too. For level 2s, level 1s, even level 3 MGTOWs. I know some of you guys don't like deal with women, but if you deal with women to mess around with them, use money as a bait. Bitch, I got some money for you. But you ain't getting it until you suck my dick, and only until you suck my dick. And if you can't, that's bad. Too bad for you. I could get somebody else to do it. These women are narcissistic. And sometimes, as MGTOW, as noblemen, as righteous men, you have to protect your own morality, because if they see your own morality, they'll use it against you. And then when something goes wrong, they'll say it's your fault. And we know it's not your fault. It's their fault for influencing you to do the wrong thing. And that's just people in general. That's men in general. That's everybody in general. But women are very deceptive. They're the best at their own. I'll say that they're not the best at that, but they're very good at it. You know. That's why you have to run away from lust. I cannot emphasize that enough, my fellow Mgtow, my fellow righteous men. You must run from lust, not walk from it, not give it a blind eye, not be like, oh, I can do it tomorrow. No, now. Run from it now. Because when you run from it, when you're by yourself, getting your spirituality strength together, getting your morality strength together, getting your standards together. Now, when you come back to the dating pool or whatever the case, when you come back to interacting with women in society, you know how to protect yourself, to protect your neck. You're not going to fall for bullshit. And a woman could see in a man which man could fall for. When a woman, there's certain things that, there's certain men that women won't even approach because she knows as well as he knows what she's all about. She can't, she can't do shit with this man besides take a dick, and if he chooses to take her out or do something special for her, she knows she can't do nothing with this nigga. Okay? That's how all men need to be with women. Okay? You gotta protect yourself. They'll use your loves against you. They'll use your hobbies against you. They'll use anything that can make you happy against you. In order to protect yourself, you must first understand that some of this stuff does not matter. There's things that you love that do not matter, because if you put a lot of eggs in one basket and she crushes the basket, you're gonna lose control. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna get angry. In a sense, train yourself to let go of what you like if she fucks it up. You don't care about it, or have an extra strategy of having something else that she doesn't know about, or they don't know about that you like. You know, you got to be a step ahead. You got to be 3 steps ahead. Fuck 1 step ahead. 3 steps ahead. When she thinks that she really got you kicked out, really, you got your whole new apartment set up and she don't even know about it. You feel me? What you gotta play? Bad men move in silence. You gotta play the shadows, man. You gotta play the darkness. You gotta play the shadows, man. You gotta, and that's not just with women. That's just in life. Mgtow is a beautiful thing with men of all creeds, of all races, joining together under one banner for the fight of tyranny, for the fight of of wrong, and these stupid ass politicians giving gays rights, giving transgenders rights, giving these feminist women rights. Well, the feminism is gonna switch up real fast, so I ain't worried about that. When they can't get hired because of their purple hair or they fucked up nose ring, or the way they look pale as shit, they can't get no job. Not being trying to be advocating any racism here, but when some certain type of left liberal people and you have Republican people in power, they're not gonna want. I mean, not saying they're not gonna be discriminative, but they're gonna know the type of person they're gonna bring into the office. They don't want that. Nobody wants that. We want a good environment, a good working environment. And that's only women's faults. Now you have women acting as if feminism never happened. Go on Mgtow Planet. He shows a lot of videos in response to a lot of women videos. I mean, hundreds of women now are acting like, oh yeah, we were feminine the whole time. And then the thing that's really fucked up about it is, for them, really, we as men, as a collective group in the Western world, have seen, heard, and can tell how they really are and how they really act and what they're really about. So when they try to play the dumb role, like how women try to manipulate men and pull the wool over our eyes, they're not gonna be able to do that as frequently now because of why of social media, why of the Me Too movement, of feminism. So now when they try to come back because they know they can't get these political powers, they can't get in these positions of power, and they can't get in these positions of power to give it on to the next woman, they got to be more submissive. They're going to come back, but it's going to be too late. And I'm glad. You can't give, like I said before, you can't give a woman who's never been in a position of power. You know, fucking that lady from who fucked up Star Wars. You've never had you know what? You know what was so funny? She was saying, and I was watching one of her brief meetings, and they were saying, why didn't you have any comic book guys or any men helping you, you know, with the storyline of episode 7 and episode 8, right? You know what this broad, I wish I remember her name. This broad said, well, there was a lot of men. A lot of men contacted my group. A lot of men contacted our company, and a lot of men wanted to help and direct me in a good way, you know. I mean, granted that they should have had fucking George Lucas on set, but whatever, that's a whole different story. I don't understand how the fuck you don't have the creator of the fucking franchise on set. But, people are stupid. I've seen stupider before. But back to her. You know what she said? That the fact that she wanted women to help out with the Star Wars franchise. Let me give you a FYI of why Star Wars will never be as popular as it was just a couple years ago. A situation where men are, or and this is any situation. I mean, this is any. I mean, clothing store. I mean, shopping mall. Anything where men are most predominantly active in, and is created by a man. Women are not meant to be around it. Or if women are going to be around it, they're not meant to touch it or do anything to it because it wasn't made for them. And now one bitch has fucked up a whole franchise. Okay, she's fucked up a whole franchise, and some women are gonna really gratify her and think that she really did it justice. Well, yeah, for women, yeah, because now their boyfriend for the franchise, and that's what I'm going to say about that. That's why you have to protect. I mean, I'm using Star Wars in the movie as a simile, as a metaphor, but that could be for anything, my fellow Mgtows. Anything whatsoever, just to gain your morality protection. She doesn't have enough morals of her own, so she's gonna try to manipulate your style, your idealism for her own benefit. And the thing is, if the shoe might not fit on her very well, but she's gonna do it because that's what she thinks is best. And it's really not. That's just fucking her up because you have to have that within your heart of hearts. Like, you know what? This man has morals. Let me try to follow this man and try to pass on the torch, so to speak. Let me be a better woman. Women don't think like that. Like, for example, oh shit, George Lucas is having me on set on the new Star Wars franchise. You know what? Instead of thinking about women and a franchise that there has never really been a strong leader or a strong actor besides Leia, let me actually follow suit and figure out what would be best for the franchise. No, what did the bitch say? What's best for women? When women have never done anything for the Star Wars franchise. Okay? Not a fucking thing. That the perfect example of this is me going to a bunch of women who are pregnant and saying, ladies, on your first trimester, you're gonna feel a pressure right here. They're not gonna want to hear that from me. They're gonna be like, the fuck is this nigga talking about? And that's the same thing. We don't want no. Why would you have a director manager role position and hire a woman? And then hire a woman on about Star Wars. That does not make no sense. Okay? Star Wars Episode 9 is supposed to come out December. The shit is not even coming out in this December. We're in December now. I have not seen one trailer for it. I don't want to see it. I don't care about seeing it because they definitely fucked up the vibe. Well, she fucked up the vibe. I wish I remember her name. So this is one example of why you don't put women in power. And when the shit is too late, women think they can really make shit better and they can't. This lady is now Disney, for example. Disney is on this bitch's head. I mean, she got taken down, but they're on her head, and her career is at stake because she fucked up something that was a guaranteed moneymaker. George Lucas gave Disney Star Wars on a silver platter, and they childed it the fuck down, and they fucked it up. The Me Too movement, they gave, it gave, in a sense, women rights and all that shit on a silver platter to do great things, not to be selfish, to do great things. And now look what happened. Women aren't getting hired as much. Curvy women aren't getting hired as much in certain professional settings, which sucks for some men because it's nice to look at an ass. But hey, listen, I'd rather that than be fucking accused of sexual harassment. Okay? These are reasons why you do not have women in power. They water shit down, they fuck shit up, and when shit is it's already too late, they try to fix it and it's too late. You can't fix something that's broken all the time. You know, you really can't. And that's what they try to do. So that's why I tell you, my fellow Mgtows, stay righteous, protect your moral before anything. Fear God and protect your morality. Because women will use your own morality, your own morals against you for their own benefit. So, again, Mgtows, stay true, stay righteous, stay on the path. Don't folly to women. If you're a level 2 Mgtow, or level 1, level 3, just use women, pump and dump, bro. If you're level 4 like myself, I'm not a true level 4, but I'm past level 3 in a sense. I associate women, but I don't even look at women in the sense of uh love or none of that or reproducing. I will eventually go back to that when I find the right one. When I feel like I've found a noble, honorable woman. Until that time, I'm pretty much in monk mode. But stay true to the course, stay righteous, stay good, be good. If you see good, do good, be good. Reward those who do good. You know what I'm saying? Don't laugh at those who fail. Because when you laugh at those who fail, you take part in your own demise. Okay? Don't wrongly accuse people who are right. Women love to do that all the time. You know, do the right thing. Be honorable. Be somebody better. Do the better. Become better than what you were yesterday. Women don't do that. Women don't like being better. They like being petty. You hear it all the time. I'm petty. Yeah, we know. So yes, Mgtow, stay true to the course.